Hey you guys, it's Peter! And I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm YouTube famous now. I am YouTube famous now because I went into Martin Lewis's You Now last night and he guested me. Did y'all see that? I love going into people's You Now streams. They make me feel so famous. They're like, everybody's like, oh my God, Peter's in the room, Peter's in the room. I'm like, I am not anybody on YouTube for everybody to lose their shit. And this is what I was talking about the other day. There are like YouTubers, like I even talked about that Loretta Jenkins the other day, who I am devastated to find out that she is an actress. She is not, like that is not really who she is. Can you see me better? Anyway, I keep on doing this thing. Oh, by the way, this is a car vlog, in case you wondered. I haven't done one in a couple days, so I thought, what the hell, I'm gonna do a car vlog. But anyway, like that Loretta Jenkins, she's got like as many subscribers as I, listen, okay, unless you're in the millions, you're doing okay on YouTube, and it's not that big of a deal. But what's really funny to me is that, like, back in the day when I remember watching, like, Shep689, I talk about them all the time on here, Will and RJ, and, like, Michael Ritzy, and Miles J, and I watched all those guys, and Glozell Green when she first started, and they had, like, 10 and 20,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh my God, like, I can't even imagine having like 10,000 subscribers. And so it is kind of like, when you start thinking about it in that concept, that there's like that many people out there that are subscribed to your channel, they're not all watching my channel. This is so, okay, so I trimmed one hand and then walked away and forgot to trim the other hand. So like one nail, like one hand of nails is longer than the other hand of nails. Like, what is that? I swear, I can't, anyway, life of a fashion model. But what was I talking about? I don't know. I got my coffee. I'm waiting for it to kick in. So everybody asked me what I drank. I drink a venti iced coffee with 2 Equal. And somebody the other day said, what are 2 Equal? So Equal are like Splenda. I guess they don't make, I don't know. Do they make Equal anymore? They told me at Starbucks they don't make it. But anyway, there is a purpose to this vlog. And the vlog is that I'm going to talk about plagiarism on YouTube. And I'm going to talk about awkward situations. Because let me tell you, the other day, I was meeting with, is that better? I can never tell with my sunglasses on. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. So I have a backpack that I carry with me at all times. You guys, I'm obsessed with backpacks, okay? I love cool backpacks. And my favorite is, like, I have this white North Face backpack. It's a woman's name. It's like called the Priscilla or something like that, which I think is cool that it has a name. I don't know which one looks better, with or without. Hold on. So anyway, that's better. So I keep on, I come out of my office at night, excuse me, after I'm done writing. So I take my glasses off and I throw them in my bag, and then I get home and I forget to put them back in there. So now I have like these and I have these. These are the only 2 that I have left in this car. Oh, and these that I got from Ultra Music Festival last year, as if I would wear those. But anyway, so I have to bring all my sunglasses and bring them out to my car. I mean, some of my nicer sunglasses I keep in the house. I don't keep in my car. But anyway, so yesterday I had a meeting with this potential client. And he was like, do you have a bathroom? And I was like, yeah, it's in the back. And he, like, this is one of the most awkward, when we talk about awkward situations, like, people always are like, I'm so awkward, or that was such an awkward situation. No, let me tell you the most awkward situation in the entire world, right? So this guy comes, he goes in there, and this was not a come on. I mean, it was nothing like that. This is like business, okay? And so he goes, do you have a bathroom? And I'm like, yeah. So he goes back into the bathroom, and he's got on like suit pants and like a shirt, and, you know, all, like, dressed very, very nice. So he comes out of my bathroom, and it's like, I couldn't not see it because he had like black, like dark brownish black pants on and a white, like, button-down collared shirt, and like the bottom of the button-down collared shirt is like sticking through his pants, like almost as if it was a joke, but it totally wasn't a joke, and his zipper was undone. I swear to God, you guys, yesterday, 3 times during the day, somebody that I met had their zipper all the way down. And I'm like, is that not so second grade? But here's what's awkward about the situation. The awkward situation isn't that they have their zipper down. The awkward situation is, how do you say to a grown man that is almost 50 years old, your zipper's down, without making look like you're looking right at their crotch, right? But when it's so obvious, because either their zipper is like bulging out, like because you can see it, that they haven't, like, you know, like, especially like people, like guys that are heavier, like me, but I don't wear suit pants very often. I was gonna say, I always wear Spanx, but I don't. But anyway, a lie straight from the pit of hell. We're gonna get to plagiarism and about little quotes in just a second. So anyway, but like, how do you like say that to somebody? And the other thing I don't understand is like when I used to work with people, like before we would go into family group, I'll never forget this girl Mandy and I that worked together. We had like two things, okay? We had to breathe on each other and look at each other's noses to make sure that there was like no snot coming out, and we'd be like all clear, and then we would go into family group, right? It was like we were going on stage or something. Kind of did feel like that at times, but anyway. Because that is so awkward. Have you ever been standing there with somebody and they're like, it's always somebody too, like that is really physically good looking, and they're like so in your space, and they're like, and the other night, blah, 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 and you're like, oh no, you need some gum, that brother is so bad, what happened to you, what did you eat? And then like you think it's just like maybe something that they ate, right? But then the next time you're with them, they're like, and it was really good seeing you, and you're like, oh no, get away from me, no. It's like, and then you realize they just have, what is it, gingivitis or whatever. And then the worst is when somebody has like absolute body odor, and it doesn't matter how much perfume or cologne they wear or how much deodorant, they just have body odor and they stink all the time. And the sad thing is that like 80% of the time, these are not people that can help it, okay? These are not dirty people that don't take showers. These are clean people that are like using cosmetics, using beauty products, taking showers, and they just physically cannot help it. And so it's so awkward because you don't want to be mean about it, right? But you're like, and the triple threat is when their yin yang's coming out and their breath stinks and their body odor is all over the place, and you're like, I'm sorry, but I can't know you, I can't claim you, I just can't, okay? It's just a lot of my senses working at once. It's too hard. But anyway, so that was like my awkward situation yesterday, and it got me thinking about like all these awkward situations that we have in life. It's like, have you ever been in a restaurant when you're like talking about something and you're like, well, and let me tell you, and my mother taught me this lesson. She used to say when I was younger, she was like, be careful who you talk about because you don't know who's sitting right behind you or who's standing in line behind you. And it could be that person's mother, and you wouldn't feel very good because I've been in that spot before when people are talking about you and it doesn't feel very good. But my mother would put those people in their spot because she could listen. She wasn't having it, baby, okay? You weren't going to talk about her Peter that way. So anyway, but have you ever been in a restaurant and you're like, and let me tell you about Mary Sue. You know Mary Sue? I was just thinking about this thing. My friend Heather and I, we used to read these Linda Berry cartoon books, and there was this one, and it said, do you know who I mean when I say Teresa Watford? She just bounced on the fence, bounced on the fence, bounced on the fence. Do you guys ever read those Linda Berry cartoon books? Oh my God, it shit a brick. Anyway, so have you ever been like in a restaurant and you're like talking about somebody and you're like, and let me tell you something else, and she thinks she's hot shit and she's not hot shit, and you know, blah, 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 whatever, and then you turn and you look and there's like her sister sitting right there and you're like, oh, the other awkward thing is like when you're like walking by somebody, you see them across the room, and it's typically somebody, like, this is gonna sound so superficial, but we all know what I'm saying, okay? It's typically somebody that's like, that you're friends with and they're kind of famous or kind of popular or whatever. Like, you would want people to think that you're friends with them. And all of a sudden, like, you look across the room and you're like, hey, like that. And they like wave, but they wave to like the person behind you, but you don't realize it. And you're like, it's so good to see you, call me. And then they keep on walking and they're like, what? Who are you? That's called the Mariah Carey. When people ask me about people that I cannot talk about or I won't talk about and I can't be bothered, I say, who? I don't think I know that. They should come up and introduce themselves to me. I love that so much. But anyway, let's talk about plagiarism on YouTube for a second, because there is this shit going around. I was watching it. Okay, well, you know, months ago, it was two drama channels that were accusing each other of plagiarism, right? And then I was watching the Vegan Cheetahs video the other night, and he talked about plagiarism on it. And And then I was watching a rather big YouTuber who will remain nameless. I have absolutely, let me just tell you, I have no idea where to go once I get to a certain point, because I have texted my husband, I have texted my brother-in-law, and neither one of them are texting me back. So there's an awkward situation. Why don't I just drive around an apartment complex for an hour looking for where my brother-in-law's birthday party for his nephew is? Could somebody just text me back with the address, please? But anyway, they just moved. That's why I don't know. But that's beside the point. That has nothing to do with plagiarism. You guys are like, where does plagiarism start? 10-10. Somebody will put that in the comment section. So anyway, have they texted me back? Oh, yes. Okay. So anyway, I was watching all this, and all these people talking about plagiarism. Okay. Plagiarism is when you're in college and you're writing a paper and you like go into Wikipedia and you're so stupid that you like copy the first paragraph of Wikipedia when you're talking about Marilyn Monroe and you put it into your paper and you think the teacher's not going to go to the Wikipedia page and read it. Or you think the teacher doesn't have some computer scan program where she can put that in there. And then you're like, why did I get an F in this class? Oh my God, I'm going to get kicked out of school. That's called stupid, okay? It's not even called plagiarism. It's called stupid. So anyway, I don't understand it. I've never plagiarized. I just am stupid. I can remember being in high school and it would be like, the question on the exam would be like, explain in 3 paragraphs in detail what we learned from the War of 1910. And I would be like, the War of 1910 was a big war. It was a miraculous war. It was a war of all world wars. I was such a bullshit artist. I graduated from high school with a 1.86. I have my master's degree and almost my PhD. Don't come for me. You can do anything you want to do in life. I smoked pot, drank, and had so much fun in high school. I wish I'd go back. I wouldn't have worried about a class. No way, no how. I could care less. I wasn't meant to go to some great university. I'm street smart. So anyway, and I wrote a book, so don't come for me on that either. But I do recommend, boys and girls, that you study really hard in high school and you get into a college and you have all the fun, because I think I would have had more fun. But let's talk about, and if you do get into college, unlike me, don't plagiarize. Don't write some bullshit essay about the War of 1910 being a miraculous war. Don't nobody care. You might as well just write on the paper, I didn't study for this fucking test, give me an F, because the teacher will appreciate it and she might give you a C. But anyway, and that's a true story right there. When you get to be a little bit more of an adult, people really respect the truth, no matter what the truth is. They respect the gig, see? That's what I've been trying to explain on my channel. If you're honest with your gig, people respect that. They don't want a bunch of BS. Sooner or later, they figure out you're a BS artist, and then they're like, I can't be bothered with all that. So anyway, I was watching all this stuff going about plagiarism and all this kind of stuff, and then all of this stuff about somebody selling ringtones came up, and one of the ringtones, I was like, oh, that's something that I say in my videos. Like, I said that, like, in one of my very first videos that I ever put out. In fact, I said it as a joke because my good Judy Lori has said it to me for years. And if you want to go back and find it in my videos, my husband repeats it right after me, and he looks at me and he goes, da-da-da-da, because he's making fun of me because I say it all the time. I said it in all my videos back in the day, and now I'm like, I've never heard this person say it in one video until recently, right? Now he's selling it as ringtone. That's not called plagiarism. That's called creative content thievery is what it's called. But listen, if you are so non-creative that you've got to go steal somebody else's idea, have it. I don't care. I got 100 million other ideas I can come up with. This whole idea of plagiarism is so stupid. There is no plagiarism on the internet, right? It's like, listen, if 4 drama channels all do a video about, like, I don't know, let's guess, who? Nikkie tutorials? Ooh, can we please come up with one more video about Nikkie tutorials? In fact, I'm doing a video today and I'm going to call it Nikkie Tutorials Expose the Truth. And it's going to be about how much I love the girl, because I'm so tired of hearing all these people drag Nikkie tutorials. I think she's a nice girl. I don't care what she puts out there in the world. She seems real sweet to me and everybody's hating on her. Everybody watches these beauty gurus. Get over it. So anyway, you know, it's like, if 4 people in a row, like, let's say if she does, I don't know, let's call it the roundabout eye tutorial, and she does an eye tutorial about making your eye look like a roundabout street or something, right? Because I'm about to go on a roundabout, see? So that's how I come up with that stuff, because I'm real creative like that. So anyway, don't steal my idea from me. So anyway, And she does it, and then somebody, like immediately within an hour, you know who, Karina Kaboom, because she comes out with that shit right away, because she's a smart cookie when it comes to drama. Karina knows she gets the shit out there right away. So she puts out the drama video, and she calls it something like Nikkie Tutorials Roundabout Exposed, right? And then 2 other people within 6 or 7 hours, because they can't come up with their own creative content, so they put the exact same video out there, but a little bit different, and they call it like Nikkie Tutorials Roundabout Scandal, Nikkie Tutorials Roundabout, what should we do? And they always put thumbnails like this, and then they put some butchered picture of Nikkie Tutorials up there that they found off somewhere. I hope I don't ever become that big, because I got a million boogered pictures out there of me. So anyway, that's not called plagiarism. That's not. I mean, we just borrowed somebody else's idea because you weren't creative enough to come up with it, but it's really no different, I mean, honestly, than like, okay, so Casey Neistat, there's 5, 10, 20 million thousand college guys that are out there doing the exact same shtick that Casey Neistat did, because they all want to look like Casey Neistat, nice shtick, Casey Neistat, and they're putting all these videos out there that are 3 minutes long and have little sayings in them, and day 42, like I'm doing that on my vlog, so I call me a thief, I don't know, I guess. And then they're putting music to it, and it looks real pretty, and all that kind of, but who cares? Because you're not Casey Neistat, see? And what people like is the personality. If half these people stopped copying these stupid ideas and just throwing up clickbaity titles in it, which I got accused for, I should keep up with it, I think I'm going to. I might call this one Nikkie Tutorial something, I don't know. I like her, I don't know why people don't like her, but I don't think it's plagiarism. I don't think it's plagiarism one bit. Get the fuck over it. It's not plagiarism, okay? It's not like you wrote this extensive manuscript and somebody stole it and put their name on it like it was copywritten. It's not even plagiarism. Plagiarism is a word that only applies truly into the university world, okay? It does not apply to the creative content. It just doesn't. And if you guys watch LA Hair, you would learn, because Gaucher just stole Jonathan's idea for a masterclass and put her picture onto it in another one. Y'all, everything you need to learn, you can learn on reality TV. Let's just be real, okay? And I kind of like that Gaucher, and I don't really like that Jonathan, but he is hot. But anyway, so she puts that on there. That's not called plagiarism. That's straight up called thievery, okay? But he knows he can't do anything about it, and he doesn't really care. And if you're confident enough that you don't really give a shit about somebody else's gig, and you got enough ideas, irrelevant anyway. Let them do what they have to do. You know that you're the one that came up with the idea. So anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think about it all? I just think it's kind of foolish. I don't think anybody's plagiarizing. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.